So the most cliche comment or instruction or weekend warrior advice piece is to slow down. Now, it's actually a great piece of advice if it's taken and done properly. If you slow down the pattern that's already destructive, you're not going to get the results you're looking for. I strongly believe if you know the way forward, and I'll do a demonstration here in a second, everyone knows the golfer who is over the top. And it's an easy one for us to kind of work through because in the gym here, we can do our assessments, work out is there physical limitations, and then work out a plan for that. Second to that then comes the feel. How are we going to change the actual motor pattern? Sometimes this is in line with the coach, and sometimes it's not. Let's call a spade a spade. But slowing things down correctly is the fastest way you are going to change your swing. That's the end of that debate, okay? So what I mean by that is, if we have someone who, when a ball is on the ground, so this is another part of this, so take a ball out of the way, tell someone do a really nice golf swing, they'll pull it off impeccably. Doesn't matter what their swing or their handicap is. Their swing will technically improve. Put a ball back on the ground, it's a different situation because we default back to the motor pattern that we're used to. It's just the way it is. If you're someone who is over the top and pulls left as a right-handed player, let's say you fall into the slicing category. Now, what do people do with that? They say, well, okay, your upper body moves before your lower body. So to put that in perspective, your upper body moves before your lower. When we're trying to get your lower to move before your upper, the chances of that happening with that instruction are probably zero when there's a ball on the ground. The only way forward there is to tease out the opposite feel. We did a video on rugby ball throwing. We've done videos talking about Justin Rose. It's the same for an amateur player. Slowing down the opposite movement in practice first and foremost, and then it comes discipline, which is the big problem, and it's where people fall off. So if I told you as a slicer, the way out of it is not practicing the opposite physical movement, which is a little bit contradictory for us to talk about that, but if it's a full moving pattern together, if we told you slow it down, swing to the right, rugby ball feel, band feel, whatever all that stuff encapsulates into for you, and you know that's the way forward, do you then have the discipline to hit shots in third gear for 2 months until you're training the new pattern? And then when that new pattern is trained, all of that other stuff, moving properly, etc., will just fall into place, and then you make that pattern quicker over time. I know that there's a lot in there. Have a think about it, ask us questions, debate with us. We love chatting about this stuff, but I guarantee you, if you have a system on fields and you slow down the new intended, much better swing, plane, process, feel, face alignment, whatever it is, that's the way forward.